My favorite videos, to-do list. This is not all, but these are the most important things I need to try to get done today or within the next few days. So we'll start here. Our Hampton property, we had to evict the tenant, and so we have a new tenant moving in, and we're accepting Section 8. So our previous rent for cash was $850. With Section 8, it's going to be $1250. Nice, right? Plus the checks go right into our bank account from Section 8, or the housing voucher program. Some things that need to get done. We had to get the Section 8 packet submitted. The tenant has to do that. We had to send in a bank letter or a voided check because we were using our business account. The taxes, we owed $169. I didn't even think about it, but Section 8 wouldn't allow the tenant to submit her packet without the taxes being paid. So we went ahead and paid it. Now we have to figure out when the Section 8 inspection is going to take place, because I have to have the water, gas, and lights turned on at that point. We do have water on. I believe the last tenant had it on illegally, so the water company gave me a little bit of pushback getting that turned on. With gas, they came to turn the gas on 2 weeks ago. Since this property is in Ohio, I haven't had a chance to go check it out or not, but the tenant is going to go up there and see. And then lights, the electricity. Right now, I believe it's still in the previous tenant's name until she gets it taken out. I'm not going to change it. Not my responsibility. It's her electric bill. But if their lights are not on when we go back up there, then I'm going to get them turned on for the Section 8 inspection. Okay, down here, as you guys know, we do workshops. So these are some things that I want to take care of for our upcoming workshops. I believe the next one is going to be the second week of October. So curriculum. We usually do wholesaling how-tos or wholesaling 101, and we want to kind of get a little deeper into it. So I want to do a curriculum where I go through my very first deal, like literally from start to finish. Every email, every text message, every phone call, the seller almost giving up and having to talk the seller off the ledge, and then the buyer and not having the serve. I mean, everything I want to go through, how to close. And it's my very first deal, so you'll see it from a newbie standpoint, because most people are newbies who show up to our workshops, and they need to get that hands-on experience of what it's really going to be like. Location, we usually do it at a library in a very hip neighborhood, but because we're charging this time, we're not allowed to use the library. And then we wanted to talk about some of our giveaways, confirm a date, and then update our PowerPoint so that it matches the curriculum. On the wholesale side, all right, here's some things we need to do. So these are all of the leads and marketing that I need to get updated for this week. Rhonda's house, that's my mentor. She's selling a property in Cleveland. So I was going to look into that and wholesale it. We also need to skip trace the Driving for Dollars list that we came up with when we were in Charlotte. I need to make at least 100 signs. We typically put out, we used to put out 600. Sorry, my baby's crying, to 1,000. But, hey, Mom, you hanging out with brother? We usually put out between 600 and 1,000. We've cut back on bandit signs because everything is so digital nowadays, but we still do some because they do get the phone ringing. And then Facebook marketing. If you saw a couple videos ago, I was really trying to train myself on Facebook marketing. I fell off a bit, but I'm getting back on top of it, so I just want to go ahead and try out a few things. Tyler, Texas. We have a property out there. The seller already says she's going to sell to us. It's just a matter of her getting her things moved out. So I wanted to follow up to see what we could do to help her get moved out. We could hire a moving company. My husband has big muscles. Him and his football team or whomever else can go out there and get it moved. Miss Ruiz is in follow-up. The issue with Miss Ruiz is the house is in her husband's name, and she hates her husband. So we've been trying to mediate a meeting with the husband so that we can get that done. Natalie wanted to sell. She got an offer from Open Door. Open Door is nice, right? Because really all I have to do is take their offer and like add $1,000 to it, and then I win. But she wasn't happy with Open Door's offer, and she wasn't happy with the hours either. But remember, the power is in the follow-up. She already had another house being built. She strongly believes she's going to get market value for her home. She's not, because it's one of the only streets in the entire neighborhood, probably in the whole city of Houston, that only has a one-car garage. So it's going to be very difficult for her to sell. As a matter of fact, there are 3 or 4 other houses, like literally on the left side, in front of her, on the right side, like all around her trying to sell, and they're all having a difficult time. The one house that did sell went through Open Door. Then we have property in Columbus we need to follow up on. I skip traced this number. I was able to shoot an email, so now I need to just get on the phone or text. Number 5, Rob, we were purchasing a duplex in Cleveland. This guy tried to sell it to someone else. They went to title and learned that there was a $61,000 mortgage on the property. If you guys follow us in some other videos, you know that we don't mind buying properties with old liens on it, because a lot of times it falls off, but it is a risk, because if it doesn't fall off, we're on the hook for it. But we are going to go ahead and close on that property today. It is a duplex. Then over here we have Mr. Seals. Mr. Seals has a home in a very, very, very highly sought after area. It's in 3rd Ward here in Houston. He actually had 2 properties, so I made him 7 and 8. We knew someone who was very close to him. His next door neighbor, I mean, he's 81 years old. They've been living next door to his other family for decades, and we had them reach out to him, and he was adamant he does not want to sell. I put an X on him. Only because if he does sell, he's going to sell way higher than what I'm going to buy for, because that is a very, very high area. We do have an in with the next door neighbor, so I'll lightly keep in touch, but I'm not going to bank on this one. Number 9, James, my friend's ex-husband, found out he was going into foreclosure. This is in another state, in California. So we reached out to him. She and him have absolutely no conversation, absolutely no communication at all. So I can't use her as an in, but I was able to get some extra information about him. So we're going to keep working on him. And number 10 is Miss Renee. She's a friend of the family. She also has a duplex in Cleveland that she wants to sell. And he's a lot of work, but it is in an up and coming neighborhood. She was going to sell to us this summer over actually this month in August, but she broke her foot, so that kind of pushed things back a little bit. But we always just keep in touch with her, because number 1, she's a friend of the family, but number 2, we want to make sure that when she's ready to sell, she's going to sell to us and give us a great discount on the property. We have court tomorrow. Wonderful, right? It's a second cause. This is just a part of being a landlord. We did not want to evict that tenant. We tried cash for keys. We tried everything. But she was told by some friends, because friends know everything, right? That we couldn't evict her and she had rights and blah, 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 blah. So she moved out the day before eviction court. And it is not fair, because another landlord is probably going to give her a shot, and she's going to do them the same way. She obviously knows how to work the system much better than we did. So she knows the timelines. But anyway, we do have a second cause, and we're going to court for that tomorrow. God is so good, because it just so happens that we have a few great connections. I don't want to say too much here. So we are going to sue her for unpaid water bill. No, actually, that should say electric bill. Actually, water bill too, because I think she has the water on it legally, and I'm not going to hold the bag for that. So water bill and electric bill. She also broke a cabinet. Like, how do you break a cabinet, a kitchen cabinet that is attached to the wall? Like, how? Anyway, she broke that down. 2 months of back rent, late fees. She had an unauthorized pet. The house still smells like dog. I cannot get that dog smell out of the little porch area where she had it, but it was unauthorized. There are absolutely no pets allowed. That house was brand newly renovated. Everything was brand new, floors, walls, carpet, everything. And she had a dog in there. And then she got caught. She was so silly. She complained that she needed some work done. I think that her kids flushed up something down the toilet. Sent the plumber over there, and she left the dog out. Silly. So of course the plumber let us know. And then furniture removal. She left a couch and like a dining table, chairs, dressers, left it all. Well, it costs money to move big furniture, so she's going to pay for it, not me. And then here we have leads and follow-up. So we have a Baytown property that we need to go view, get a repair estimate before we can make an offer. We also wanted to look at some land trusts and some houses that were on the demo list. Sometimes those houses can be saved and wholesaled, or we keep them ourselves. EC violations, my son wrote that, but we always look at the violations list to kind of see who's collecting a lot of violations. That's how you know it's a vacant property or property where the homeowner is no longer interested. And then 3-bed, 2-bath in Columbus, Ohio, which is the same as number 4 here for Raven. So that's our to-do list, some things that I need to try to get done today. Court obviously is going to be my first priority because the court date is tomorrow. And then Section 8, because they're giving us our inspection date. They said today. So I need to go ahead and get those utilities turned on, and then wholesale all throughout. You know, I'm going to be following up, running my numbers, reaching out, making offers. I've met with pretty much all of these people, and then getting that closing done for Rob, which we're just going to do a quick claim, but we just have to make sure everything's notarized and recorded correctly. I heard he could be a little bit slick, so I just want to make sure that I do everything correctly in case anything wonky does pop up. And then of course the workshop, I have a little bit of time because that's not for another 6 weeks or so, so I have time to get ready for that. I love showing my to-do list to new investors so that you can really get an idea of what the days look like, and you're not living as a fantasy world. It's a lot of work, but it can be done, right? If you can do it for your 9 to 5, you can do it for yourself. As normal, as usual, please subscribe below, hit the notifications bell so that you can see when we post another video. And if you have any questions, I always try to answer. Sometimes I'm a little late with my answers, but I always answer. Also, join us on how-tos, wholesaling how-tos. We have a Facebook group, a Facebook community where we kind of talk about wholesaling, share some ideas, or just keep each other encouraged. All right, take care of each other.